Hello, everybody. Good morning and welcome. Here we are on another lovely live stream with some nice, relaxing music and the gentle pitter patter. You probably can't hear it, but the gentle pitter patter of rain outside. It's a rainy day in Seattle today, which we haven't had in a long time, and it's nice. It's really, really nice. So I'm enjoying that very much. But hi, how are you? What's going on, everybody? I've seen a lot of folks in the chat. Lovely to see you all. And I've got some exciting news about the next live stream next weekend, but not Saturday, Sunday. And not on this channel, on a different channel. We are doing a very special live stream of Queens of Adventure, which you may be aware is our podcast featuring drag queens playing Dungeons & Dragons, a comedy storytelling podcast where we're going on an ongoing adventure on the show. And with this live stream, we're going to be doing a one-off adventure next Sunday, not tomorrow, but the Sunday after, the 18th. Over on the Queens of Adventure YouTube. There's a link to that in the chat for this live stream. So you can go over there, subscribe right now, click the little alarm belly thing so you get the notifications. Join us next Sunday. It's at 4 p.m. Pacific. So we are going to be announcing that to everybody this coming week. But you are all the first to know. Okay, let's take a look at the chat. Let's see. Grady wants to know my thoughts on My Beautiful Andrette. I have a lot of thoughts on that one. We'll definitely talk about that. And Trans Rights is excited about the new Rocko's Modern Life movie. Yes, I just saw that happened. Was that like a big surprise? Did they just not announce that and suddenly it just exists? Is that how that happened? Because the first I heard of it was like, it exists. Okay. Often they announce these things ahead of time, but I guess not. Also, this month is, we're like days away from the new Dark Crystal, right? Isn't that coming out in like a couple days? John wants to know what I'm having for breakfast this morning. I have a feeling it might be cake. I made a cake yesterday. Was it yesterday? Maybe it was 2 days ago. Now I can't even remember. No, it was yesterday. Hi from Folsom, California, says Cynthia. Hello. Hello to JJ. And, Trans Rights here in Sweden. Lovely. 101 Space Monkeys in Wales. Oh, so international. Ron Glass in Washington State. So am I. Julian Irvine's in Madrid. Hello to Madrid. Everyone's so European this week. Norman's in Oakland. And Lady Mars of Lorth is in Detroit. Wow. Oh, my goodness. Everybody is everywhere. Robert Cox is in Chicago. Robert Cox, we're coming to Chicago in October. We're bringing Queens of Adventure, which you may have heard of. Our show featuring drag queens doing comedy adventure storytelling with Dungeons & Dragons is coming to Chicago in October. So keep an eye out for that. What was I saying? Goodness gracious. Hello all, says Lady Mara of Lorath anyway. It scrolled and I lost my place. Everyone wants to talk about Rocko's Modern Life movie. Pandora Tackett wants to talk about it. Reese is in New Zealand. Oh my gosh, everybody's so distributed. DJ Harden's in Alabama, Georgia. 8 in the morning in Israel, says Moonbook. No, 8 in the evening. That would be weird. 8 in the morning. 8 in the evening in Israel. So hello to you there. Rachel is a trans icon, says Trans Rights. Oh my goodness, no spoilers. But oh my goodness, I can't believe Rocko's Modern Life? Okay, sure, why not? I guess it makes sense, because, like, it was on, what, like, mid to late 90s? Or maybe even early 90s? Mid-90s. Let's say mid-90s. Although now I think about it, probably late 90s. Anyway, so all the kids who were watching it as kids are now grown-ups and have grown-up issues, and they're having actual modern lives, so yeah, I guess it makes sense that there would be topics that are a little more sophisticated than you might find on a children's show. I'm going to turn the relaxing music up just a little bit because I like it so much. Matthew Cormier says, Matthew, your videos are always awesome. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Eilish McCahill says, hello from Huntersville, North Carolina. Hello to North Carolina. Carrie says, new to your live streams, but I've enjoyed your videos. Thank you. I'm glad you're enjoying the videos. First time watching it live, says Pandora. Well, I'm glad that you could make it. Tom Who Likes the Library, thank you very much. It's a real, actual thing that actually exists, this library. I'm really here. Let's see. Oh, goodness. The relaxation music is so short, and then it switches over to a different one. All right. Oh, no, but first it switches over to a political commercial. Just what I wanted. Here we go. There we go. Back to some relaxation music. Roland says, any gay Marvel comic recommendations? Well, anything, Anthony Oliveira has been doing some, writing some comics, and so of course I recommend anything that he produces. Oh, and Matthew Cormier says, have you heard Hulu got the streaming rights to Designing Women? That's really exciting. Okay, good. Let's get those Designing Women up on something. Because I'm trying to remember, I don't think they were anywhere before that. And Dave Shelton is in St. Louis. Hello, St. Louis. Meet me there. Found you a few hours ago. Oh, and I bumped into Culture Cruise. Says a rather interesting milkshake. Oh, you're beautiful. Thank you. You're beautiful too. I do like a milkshake. Morgan is in Northern Ireland. August 30 for Dark Crystal. Oh, so unfair that we have to wait. I'm so impatient for that. Ohio for Pandora Tackett. Xandra Holmes is in Texas. Fuzzy Bear Gville is a new subscriber. Love your content. Thank you so much. Oh, Falso Nombre is in Brazil. Nope, Brazil is in Madrid too. I don't know why I said Brazil. Did I see Brazil somewhere else? Oh, well. Anyway, lots of Madridians. How do you say? What's the name for someone who lives in Madrid? Oh, rather interesting milkshakes in Austria with my cat. What kind of cat do you have? You could definitely send me a picture of your cat on Twitter or something, because I like to see a Twitter. Ron Glass is in West Richland in the Tri-Cities areas of Washington State. Tri-Cities. West Richland. You know, I've lived in Washington for like 5 years. I don't know what the Tri-Cities area is. Is that like Spokane and a couple other things, maybe? Spokane, Olympia, Tacoma? If I had to guess, I literally have no idea. Fuzzy Bear Gville says, Gainesville, Florida, it's hot and humid. Blah. It's a little humid today in Seattle because of the rain, but tolerably cool, I think. DJ Harden's getting a complete DVD set of Murder, She Wrote soon. Oh, that's exciting. I like that. Hi from Argentina, says Pisandro. Good to see you. Glad you made it in early. A lot of new people on the stream, says Mina. Yes, welcome to all the new people. So happy to see you. Welcome. I think some folks may have come in because I've been getting a lot of viewers on my Beverly LaSalle video, and strangely enough on my, oh no, I forgot the name of it. Help! What's the name of the movie with the scary man and the Transylvanians? Rocky Horror. Oh. I got confused because we were talking about Rocco's Modern Life, and I kept wanting to call it Rocco's Horror Life, and I knew that wasn't it. It's not Rocco's Horror Life. But anyway, I've been getting a lot of people watching the Rocky Horror Picture Show video that I did. So, welcome. I'm not sure why. YouTube may have been recommending that for some reason, and I'm glad that it did. Roland is saying, it doesn't have to be Marvel. You know what I just read last night is, I know I'm very late to this, but I read the first book of the Saga series, and it's real good, you guys. I really enjoyed it. So it's only the first book of like 15 or something, so I'm still like kind of early into it, but it's a really good story, well told. My one complaint, a little too heterosexual. I don't think there's any queer characters in it yet, but we'll see. Found your channel 2 weeks ago, says David Shelton. Been enjoying shows from your catalog. Thanks for the insight. Hello, son of a pizza man. Good to see you. Tom Who's in Vancouver. Welcome to the stream, Tom Who. Mia Cooper followed me. Nobody on Twitter, says Roland. Hello, congratulations. Ooh. Madrileño. I'm definitely pronouncing that wrong. Madrileño. Maybe I'm not. Maybe. And Cynthia says, has a little tip for $2.99. Here's for half a cup of coffee in Seattle. Thank you. I appreciate the tip, Cynthia. Thank you so much. I'm so close to reaching 60,000. Oh my goodness. Am I really? It's been a moment or two since I looked at the numbers. I remember I hit 50,000 just recently. So my goodness, 60,000. Hold on. I'm taking a look at the numbers. Let me know if you need any mod or soap videos, says Xandra Holmes. Oh, I appreciate that. I definitely want to do more soap because Billy Crystal's character, obviously, very important. Oh my goodness, more people. Oh yes, Rocco's Horror Life, people like that. The movie with the scary man, lol. Yes, oh my god. Okay, I'm gonna take these one at a time. Here's the cake that James has served me. I made this yesterday. It's delicious. If I may compliment myself. And a cup of tea. This is perfect. Thank you, James. I love you. Yeah, what is other comic recommendations from everybody? What else do you recommend? Because I've been a little out of the comic loop for a while. So everybody else, please suggest some comic videos for Moonbook. Anthony Rose wants to know about your first gay kiss. What was my first gay kiss? I think it was a boy named Peter. I think. Yeah, high school. I don't know when it would have been. Probably in a pickup truck. He had a pickup truck, which I found extremely butch and exciting. Oh yeah, 56, almost 57,000 people on YouTube. Oh my goodness. Let's see if we can get it to 60,000 during this stream. No, it's probably not going to happen during the stream. But let's see if we get to 60,000 subscribers. Oh my goodness, we're so close. Isaac says, what's the Saga series? It's a space magic book, I guess is how I describe it. There's a war going on, but two people have fallen in love in the midst of the war and they want to escape it and they have a baby, and that's the story. Alexis, first time in the stream, watching the videos for years. Hello and welcome. Xander says the LaSalle videos pulled me in. Those LaSalle videos. That Beverly LaSalle, she's a good one. Fuzzy Bear Gville says, I love when you're covering 70s sitcoms. Well, I'm working on a 90s one next. I'm doing a Frasier video next. So that's in the works. Anthony Coleman is here. It's 1:15 in Philadelphia. Say hi to me. Hello, Anthony Coleman. 101 Space Monkey recommends the Pride series of books. I'm writing it down. The Pride comics. More comic recommendations. Trans Right says, I'm having some real dude-loving gay hours here. Well, those are the best kind. Check, please. Our dreams at dusk. My brother's husband. Backstages. Okay. Oh my gosh, that's so much. Okay. Check, please. Please. Definitely misspelled please. I don't know why. I'm so bad at like writing on stream for some reason. Our dreams at dusk. My brother's husband. My brother's husband. And I just scrolled and I lost it. And the Backstages. Rather interesting. Milkshake says, I'll send you a picture of my cat via Twitter. Please do. Everybody send me pictures of your cat via Twitter. Roland says, I've not read Saga. It was written by Brian K. Vaughan, famous for the... Oh, he did Runaways. Oh. Okay, that guy. That's a good book, too. Also, Why the Last Man, Ex Machina, Pride of Baghdad, Saga, Paper Girls. Try the Pride... Oh, yep. 101 Space Monkey also recommends a Pride comic book series. Let's see. Richard Madden, a.k.a. Rob Stark, going to be playing a canonically queer super in the new MCU movie. I saw it, like, controversially announced, kind of. Like, or maybe not announced, but, like, rumored that he's going to come out publicly to coincide with the character's announcement, and it's just, like, all a big publicity thing. And I'm like, I'm not 100% cool with that, but, you know, it's his... I was going to say it's his dick. It's his sexuality. If that's how he wants to do it, you know, his choice. Isaac says, recommends El Gunish Shive, good web comic. I've tried. I can't really get into that one for some reason. Maybe it's just the name. Maybe I just don't like the name. Second, Our Dreams at Dusk for comic recommendations, also known as, oh dear, I'm not going to try to pronounce that. A name that looks Japanese, but I'm not sure if it is. Isaac says, most of his friends have gender TF magic. We do love gender TF magic. Isaac Snow says, I love space magic. Yes, indeed. Pandora says, have you seen Tales of the City on Netflix? No, I can't believe I haven't watched that yet. I have to watch it. Here's the thing. We've talked about this on other streams. I just don't like that Marianne. I find her a bit of a stick in the mud, a wet blanket. Ugh. I find her a little annoying. Jay Fowler says, oh, a library with tea delivery is like beaches where they bring you Mai Tais. I like that. Mixtery6 says, I mentioned a film that was made before I was born. When was that? I was born in 1980. The year 1980. The year that I want to say Skate Town USA came out. I don't know why is that my milestone? There should be a whole episode on Jody Dallas. I expect a lot of network pressure made him celibate, latent straight, or an old Jewish man. Yeah. Oh, that's right. I forgot the old Jewish man thing that his character has later in the... Oh, boy. What a weird show. Hello from New England, says Matthew Cormier. Hello to New England. Excelsior 10 says, greetings from Kuala Lumpur. Hello to Malaysia. Furry Bear Gville says, what's your favorite kind of tea? I'll tell you what, throat coat. It's kind of made for when you're sick, but I just like it in general. I really like throat coat tea. It was doctor recommended. You mentioned during one of your recent videos, Edith Bunker, that sounded... Wait. If you talked about some of the not-so-friendly TV shows you mentioned, some gay unfriendly, you know, I tend not to focus on those, but that's an interesting idea. Focus on some of the more homophobic focus on some more homophobic shows. I hadn't considered that, but I mean, it's only a matter of time before I have to talk about Friends, so might as well. Oh, and of course, Josh Trujillo's books. If you're looking for gay comic books, he has the Death Saves books, which I don't think are particularly queer, but they're very good. And also Dodge City, his new Dodgeball comics. Highly recommended Dodge City. I'm going to have all these recommendations in the description of the chat after of the video. After the video ends, I go back in and I edit the description to have all the descriptions, all the recommendations that everybody makes. So you can find those in the description of this video after the stream ends. Pisandro says, my first kiss was at 5 or 6 years old with a neighbor. We tried to do tongue. It was a disaster. Yikes. He's straight now, I think. Well, it must have been a really bad kiss. It turned him straight. For future key episodes of Northern Exposure, Eric and Ron of the Sourdough Inn. Maurice is a bigot, slowly but surely tolerating. You know, a lot of people have recommended Northern Exposure to me. When it was on, it was a show that, like, parents watched, and so it was kind of a turnoff to me as a kid. But maybe I have a feeling I might like it, because now, when I watch My So-Called Life, I identify with the parents instead of the kids. The Snagglepuss Chronicles says, Mina F. Yeah. Snagglepuss Chronicles. I've heard they're very good. I haven't read those, but yeah. Frasier. Oh, Tom says cover Kelsey Grammer being a right-wing conservative while playing characters that seem pretty gay. Yeah, I guess that should get a mention. Frasier's politics. Cacti Llama says, love your content. It's 5:15 here in New Zealand. Hello to New Zealand. We just watched a whole bunch of stuff about the effect that Lord of the Rings had on New Zealand. Lindsay Ellis videos. And, it really makes me want to visit New Zealand. It looks gorgeous. Norman says, Frasier and Niles were a gay couple using brothers as a front. I like that. I like that conspiracy theory. Oh, and Kelsey Grammer was in La Cage on Broadway? I didn't know that. Oh yeah, Ellen's character came out when she did too. That's a good point. That is a good point. Yeah. Times have changed, but yeah, that's a good point. Sir Butler and Boy series is quite graphic, very LGBT friendly, says 101 Space Monkey. The Sir Butler and Boy series. Sir Butler Boy series. I'll check those out too. What kind of cake is it? It's a cake in a box, which I don't love doing, but it's so much easier. And it's like, you know what? It's just the same ingredients I'm going to mix myself anyway. So it's a yellow cake, but I mixed in a bunch of chocolate chunks, and I also did a little chocolate swirl. So, oh, James inserted more chocolate into it than it already had. So I did the thing where you pour a little bit into the bundt pan, then you take a little bit out, you mix it up with some cocoa, that little bit out that you took, then you put that in the bundt pan on top, and then you put the rest of the vanilla on top, so you get a chocolate swirl in the middle. Have you thought about, 101 Space Monkey says, have you thought about the Dick Van Dyke Show for content? It is on Netflix. Are there gay episodes of that? As far as I know, there's one gay-ish character in one episode who's fussy about ribbons or bow. He's a costume designer, of course. That's the only one, it's the only gay content I can think of on the Dick Van Dyke Show. But maybe there's more. Let me know if there's more. Have you reviewed A Touch of Pink yet? Oh, I don't know that one. A Touch of Pink? What is that? Sounds dirty. Touch of Pink. Last Friday, the first Basin Pride, over 800 LGBT and ally people in West Texas showed up. It was nuts. Wow, that's awesome. Jess S., congratulations. Is that Permian Basin? Is that Midland, Odessa? That is amazing. Congratulations to everybody in the Basin, which I assume is that part of Texas. Norman recommends the movie Cruising as a particularly homophobic one. You know, maybe I should talk about Cruising. It does have a very funny dance. Al Pacino tries to dance in that one, and I don't know if he's like, this is how gay people dance, but it's hysterical. That's what I like about the movie. See, I don't want to talk about the bad stuff. I want to talk about the funny stuff. But yeah, there's also a lot of bad stuff about that movie, and no, I am making this up. I don't know why for a second, I thought that it has the guy who plays Henry on Punky Brewster, but it doesn't. He's in the movie Tootsie, a different, not Al Pacino. Who's in that one? I was going to say Dan Aykroyd. Uh-oh, what's his name? What's the name of the guy? Dustin Hoffman in the movie Tootsie. I always confuse Dustin Hoffman and Al Pacino. Why? Why would I confuse them? They are very different. Honestly, actually, they're not that different, now that I think about it. They're basically the same person. No, they're not. They are very similar, though. They have the same sort of narrow face, I guess, and they do similar movies, serious movies. They're basically the same. And they're heterosexuals, and, you know, I can't tell those people apart. Trans Rights is building a rainbow Minecraft house. Oh, that sounds great. I'll at you later on Twitter. Send me a picture of your rainbow Minecraft house. I want to see that. I was watching Matt Colville do some Minecraft last night, and that's made me want to play Minecraft again. There's only so many hours in the day to read comic books and play video games. And, the most homophobic show on TV, Real Housewives of Atlanta, says Matthew Cormier. Really? 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 So I haven't watched it. I know a lot of gays like it. So that surprised me to hear that it's homophobic. I haven't watched any of the Real Housewives. I've tried. I find it so boring, and I find them so unpleasant that I'm like, ugh. And it's not like it's not like, I don't know, what's a show where unpleasant people are redeemed? I mean, I guess Schitt's Creek comes to mind. Where you see the good in somebody bad. I guess there's the Good Place. Where you see the good in some bad people. No spoilers. But, yeah, Real Housewives, I just find them so unpleasant to be around. I don't want to be around them. Mixtery says, have you considered comparing Queer as Folk US against the original UK? That would be interesting. I'm sure that's been done by others, but, that would be an interesting comparison. A lot to watch. I'd have to, like, watch a lot of those episodes to really do an authoritative comparison. One of the reasons I do gay episodes, like one-offs, is because it's a little easier to watch that one gay episode, or just a couple gay episodes. Like, Frasier had just a couple gay episodes, for as gay as it was. Yeah, you know, Norman says, My So-Called Life was only one season. Look at its impact. I would love to do one about My So-Called Life. That one's been, like, sitting on my desktop. I have all the episodes, and I watched the gayest, I think, is probably the Christmas episode, where Ricky gets kicked out of the house for being gay. But, yeah, you know, I really have to watch all of them to get the full Ricky story. He goes, oh no. I just remember there's the prom episode. Remember the prom episode of My So-Called Life where they dance? It's him and the unpopular girl. And I forget everybody's name. And they dance. And it's a very, very, very 90s dance. Oh, that show is very 90s. A lot of recommendations for Glow, of course. Jake Smith wants me to do Torch Song Trilogy. How real it felt to me as a young gay growing up in Jamaica. Ooh. Oh, I've lost my place in the chat again. Oh my goodness. And I didn't realize how much chat there is. Okay, I'm going to try to rush through the chat so I can catch up. Hobbit was a double-edged sword for the industry, says Reese Allen David Roberts. Yeah, the queerbaiting in Sherlock, very frustrating. Also Supernatural, also Teen Wolf. So DJ Harden, the queerbaiting is when it's like, oh, they've got a queer character here. Not really. They trick you. They make you think you're getting something. I mean, you know, I feel like they did that a little bit with Fire Emblem, where they're, you know, I feel like, and maybe I'm wrong about this, but I think it was announced ahead of time that there would be same-sex romance options, and then what we got was so paltry. Ugh. Is She-Ra supposed to be queer-coded, not queer-baity? Well, there's gay characters, there's like actual gay characters on there. Is she herself supposed to be queer-coded, She-Ra? I don't know. I think of her as sort of pansexual for no reason other than, like, I think I want to. Like, I haven't really even thought about it, but that's just how I think of that character. Indirect LGBT presence in Bewitched and... Oh, yes. More in Bewitched than Dick Van Dyke. Yeah. Bewitched is very, like, side queer. Like, the subtext is there, but it never really gets to the level of text. But Endora is such a drag queen, and Uncle Arthur, of course. Oh, you know, this came up in the last stream. I should do a video about Paul Lynde. Just, like, his oeuvre. Oh my god, a ton of recommendations from Zanrai Kid. Webcomic recommendations, Dump the Man, Lucky Channel, Long Exposure, Chroma Key, Bless, My Dragon Girlfriend, Bilove, Sunny and Rainey, Inhibit, Shaderunners, Novae, Heir's Game. Okay, oh, there's a lot. Okay, I'm gonna write them down. Webcomics. I was trying to catch up with the chat, now this. Dump the Man. Lucky Channel. Long Exposure, My favorite kind. Chroma Key. This all sounds so technical. Blessed. My Dragon Girlfriend. That's a great title. Bilove. Sunny and Rainey. Inhibit. Oh my god, there's so many. Shaderunners. Novae. And Heir's game. Okay. Phew. And circuits and vents. Circuits and vents. That's a lot. Wow. Matthew Cormier says, surprisingly homophobic content on Ally McBeal in the practice. Really? Really? Oh, and Excelsior says, Family Guy. You know, I haven't watched Family Guy since it, like, first was on, so, like, 99 or something. Yeah, so I don't even know what queer characters are on there. A Touch of Pink deals... Oh, gosh, I lost it. Touch of Pink deals with a lot of issues about being Muslim, gay, foreign, and coming out to your Indian Muslim mom. Wow, okay. That sounds great. Just S says, I confuse Dustin Hoffman and Sean Penn. Yeah, something about those guys that's just like, why do we need more than one of them? Should consider exploring LGBT games on Steam, but for a laugh, check out Genital Jousting. Okay. Don't mind if I do. Genital Jousting. Putting that on my recommendation list. Philip Seymour Hoffman in Flawless. No, I haven't seen that. I'll check that one out too. Flawless. Oh no, there's an episode of Family Guy where Peter gets injected with a gay gene. Okay. Isaac Snow wants me to do general jousting and invite watchers to play with you. I mean, I'm open to that. If I'll check, I'll see what it is first, but I'm open to doing that maybe. And of course, just a reminder, we're going to be doing a live stream that you can join us for next weekend. I'm sorry to like bring this up again, but we want to make sure people are watching because it's not on this channel. It's on a different channel. It's on the Queens of Adventure channel. We're doing a live game of Dungeons & Dragons with drag queens in full drag next weekend, 4 p.m. Pacific on the Queens of Adventure YouTube channel. There's a link to that in the chat. And there should be a card that pops up over in the corner over here, I think. I don't know exactly how that works, but it should be there to let you know where to go. But yeah, Queens of Adventure next weekend, the 18th. Join us for that live stream. False Number wants me to look into bi representation. A problem with that is there's so little. Usually it's either straight or gay, and that's it. And there's a lot of bi erasure in movies and TV. Oh, but speaking of Schitt's Creek, how amazing is Dan Levy? I mean, there's somebody who's pansexual. I think that's what they say. And has, you know, a different sexuality than you normally see. It's got to be one or the other. But I think that character is great. So much bi erasure in pop culture. Yeah. Lady Mara of Lorath. It is true. Is there an Ugly Betty review? No, I haven't done Ugly Betty. Oh, that might be a good one. I know there's a gay character, a couple gay characters, right, on that? I haven't watched any of it. Titus Andromeda on Andy's Playhouse a week or show again. Oh, I don't know that one. Titus Andromeda. Wait, are we talking about Titus, the character from Kimmy Schmidt? Is that what was on? Oh, Matthew doesn't like the new She-Ra. Missed the 80s version. Well, it still exists. Creators of Sherlock said they enjoy manipulating the audience and showing off. Well, yeah, I guess that's what that is. You know, I kind of like dried up on Sherlock. I liked it at first, and I was like, it's kind of the same over and over, and I'm good. I'm good. Oh, take a pic with your long list of recommendations. That's a good idea. Yeah, you know, I'll post it on Twitter as well after the stream. Oh, did you ever read Boy Meets Boy or Friendly Hostility? No, I don't know those either. Boy Meets Boy. Friendly Hostility. Women love women dating options on Fire Emblem. 3 houses are pretty great, beautiful. Just a shame that MLM basically got just Linhart and staff. More options overall would be nice. Yeah, I'm really into Hubert. I want to romance Hubert. It would be nice. It would be nice because there's so many gay characters, and you know, I want a I like Ash. He seems like the character seems like too young, so I want like a slightly aged up Ash. I want Ash with the beard, basically. That might be my type. Freckles and beard, I think, might be my type. Seth MacFarlane created Family Guy, advocate of gay. Yeah, I know Seth MacFarlane is good about the gay stuff, I think, like politically, but I don't know that like the content on the show is good. From what I hear, I don't watch, but like from what I hear, the content on the show is not great. But like I know, in real life, Seth MacFarlane is pretty good about the gay stuff. Oh my god, this cake it's too much. Oh, Norman recommends on LGBT shows, Please Like Me. Yeah, I do like that one. That one is very good. And of course, Steven Universe. And Robert says, never heard you mention it. How do you feel about the inclusion of Ace and Arrows in queer LGBT? Not enough. Needs to be more. Disappointing that we don't see more of that. I'm trying to think of like asexual and aromantic characters in anything. I mean, there's a lot of characters where it just never comes up. Like, I don't know, like, I don't know why this is the first character I went to, but like, Mayor Dewey, we never, on Steven Universe, we never see him getting romantic or sexual, but like, I don't know if I'd call him Ace or Arrow, because like, it just never comes up with him. Gem and Nutters says, have you done any of the Are You Being Served episodes? No, a lot. I mean, speaking of very queer shows, a lot to talk about in those episodes. That might be a good way into talking about British stuff. Because I feel like those episodes are fairly accessible. It is a treasure, Lady Mara. Ingy Bingy just binged She-Ra. Really fun. Really enjoyed Carmen Sandiego. Oh, did you like Carmen Sandiego? Like, I tried. I watched the first episode and I was like, I didn't feel like it was going anywhere. Like, I felt like, Carmen herself was a little boring, and I'm like, whose story is this? It seems like it's the cop's story rather than Carmen's. It honestly, it made me go back and watch the cartoon. Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego cartoon? From like 94 or so, which I thought was pretty good. Let's see. On Family Guy, Quagmire's dad has a sex change and hooked up with the main character and immediately threw up after finding out who he slept with. Okay, that's pretty bad. I mean, for one thing, we don't call it a sex change. And for another, throwing up after finding out who he slept with. That's pretty bad. Pretty bad. Oh, yeah, okay, that's a good one. Lady Mara, headcanon BBC Sherlock is Ace and Arrow. I think that works, yeah. I haven't watched all the episodes, but I think that works. For the episodes that I've seen. Canonically, Ace character BoJack Horseman. I haven't watched BoJack. Of all people, Ben de la Creme keeps urging me to watch BoJack Horseman. Glow on Netflix and are gay characters being gay. I think you should check that. Oh, okay. Good. 101 Space Monkey says, check out the Orville. In season 1, there was an episode dealing with an alien race that only has boys, and they have a girl, at least discussion of changing her to conform. It's mixed. Yeah, I've heard about that one. I've heard that it's mixed, and an interesting comparison with the Next Generation episode. Ooh, that's a video I should do. Compare that Orville episode with the Next Generation episode about that was basically about like conversion camps. Orville TNG gender stuff. Billy Eichner's character, Difficult People, was kind of asexual. Yeah, but like intentionally, or like, was he like, I'm asexual, ta-da? Or was he like, oh, I can't get laid, I guess it makes me asexual, because that's different. Norman wants a culture cruise about Mr. Humphreys from Are You Being Served, and Mrs. Slocum, of course, and her pussy. Aired on PBS in the United States in the 70s and 90s. I've seen quite a few episodes of Are You Being Served since Tom, who the gay character was a huge queen. I thought it was pretty funny, but probably offensive. Honestly, I don't think he's offensive. Like, from what I've seen, I don't think terribly offensive, and part of that is because British ideas about camp are so different from US. So in the US, it definitely would have been played like, ew, gross, he acts gay. A man behaving feminine is disgusting. Like, that's how it would have been presented in the US. But in England, where everyone seems gay, There's a tolerance for that kind of thing, and actually a celebration when you look at like characters in pantomime, and you look at like beloved figures like Stephen Fry and Kenneth Williams, and all the like the characters from, I forget his name, who's the guy from Up Pompeii, and a lot of the oh shoot, what were the super campy dumb movies that Kenneth Williams and a bunch of those people were in? Carry On, the Carry On movies. There's a celebration of what we would call the pansy character that is actually very sweet. There's gender nonconformity in Sabrina on Netflix. I know, I gotta watch Sabrina. Ingy Bingy, this is a great question. How do you approach LGBT representation in old media versus newer media set in the past differently? That is such a good question. Because I think there's good ways to do it and bad ways to do it. Well, there's ways to do it that are successful and ways to do it that aren't successful. I think bad is like, that's not an accurate way to describe it. But, so, in old media, you have to give it like a little bit of context, because let's say, for example, I don't know, if you're looking at soap, let's say, you have to be like, okay, well, Jodie Foster's, nope, Jodie the character, what's the character's last name? I can't remember. Anyway, Billy Crystal's character, says he's gay, tries to get, genital surgery, basically, because he's gay and wants to marry a man, has more sex with women than he does with men. I don't think they ever use the term bisexual. They certainly never use the term transgender. But consider the time, and those terms kind of didn't exist for most people. Most people weren't aware of them. Obviously, the terms existed, but most people didn't know that they existed. So what could they actually do on TV? You have to give it some leeway there. But if you were to make a show today set in the 70s, like, for example, Pose, I know it's not set in the 70s, but set in the past, the context in which it was made, you expect a certain awareness from the show's creators of the issues faced with those characters in a way that, obviously, the people who were making soap did not consult with a lot of gay people, or, for that matter, trans people. I mean, it just is clear in creating the character of Jodie. But today, you would expect some sensitivity, and you'd have, like, sensitivity readers or whatever the TV version of that is. Anyway, so that's my very convoluted answer to that. Excellent question. Robert says, Crowley and Aziraphale were confirmed ace partners. That's another good... I think that's great. I think Crowley and Aziraphale, that is great. Asexual, and I might even say aromantic. I mean, we don't know their life, but we never see them actually get romantic, exactly. We see them, talk about each other as best friends, and we see them very close. We see that they care about each other deeply. Partners, I think, is a good term for them. Oh boy, I totally lost my place in the chat. There we go. Marceline Forstmeyer asked for recommendations for LGBT shows on Netflix. That is a great question. Folks in the chat, please chime in with recommendations for LGBT shows on Netflix. Apparently, Rocco's Modern Life. Keeping Up Appearances had an unseen gay... Oh, yes, The Son. I never mentioned he was gay, but clearly was. Yes, indeed. Sheridan. Crowley and Aziraphale never confirmed as anything. They're celestial. There's a Twitter thread by Neil where he talked about that. Yeah, and, obviously, they're... Because they aren't, like, gendered in the same way that humans are gendered. I mean, for heaven's sake... Okay, no spoilers. I was going to say something that was a spoiler, and I'm not going to. But they present in different ways at different times. Devuzel said, did King of the Hill have a reasonable depiction of a trans person? I can't remember. Yes! There's one episode where, frustratingly, it's very unclear if the character is trans or a full-time drag queen, which isn't really a thing. Like, it's a drag queen who's just always in drag, every minute of the day. There is an episode that is relatively sensitive and compassionate for the time that it was made. Today, we would expect a TV show to do a little better, but for the time that it was made, yes, there is one episode of King of the Hill that's pretty good about that. The Outcast. Yes, The Outcast is the Next Generation episode, of course. Jim Parsons' Big Bang Theory is doing some project on Netflix about gay characters. Okay. Let's see. Have you seen Jokes Seth Can't Tell? It's Seth Meyers' show. That sounds like it could be real bad, but maybe it's not. The debate about whether Achilles and Patroclus from the Iliad are a gay couple is never ending. Netflix original Troy, Fall of a City, has a scene where Achilles is canonically bi. Okay, I like that. I honestly, like, bi is kind of my default, like, for a lot of characters. Or really pan. Like, pansexual is kind of my default. Like, I just want to be like, okay, they could get with anybody. Also, my family says, I'm sorry, I'm going to mispronounce Naji, Rifai. That was a show of my childhood that has big reveal. One of the characters turned out to be gay. Wonderful set of episodes surrounding that. Also my family or all my family? Oh, Frankie Howard is in Up Pompeii. Of course, the delightful Frankie Howard of Shut That Door fame. Which is so weird. Like, his catchphrase was to look off stage and go, shut that door. What is that catch? What does that mean? 101 Space Monkey recommends Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Yes. Rather Interesting Milkshake says, do something about gay queer characters and myths. That is such an interesting idea. Like, I have a lot to say about Gilgamesh, for example. So, like, that's a really interesting idea. Myths, like Achilles. Yeah. I love that idea. Rather Interesting Milkshake. Because I've seen the argument that Gilgamesh is the first canonically queer character in human history. I don't know about that. I think that's a fun stretch, but, like, it's a cool place to start a conversation. Asexual and aromantic book. There's every heart a doorway. Yes, I've heard good things about that one. Let's talk about Love by Claire Can. I don't know that one. Asexual and aromantic, and The Trouble by Daria Defdre. Okay, I'm writing those down. Hold on. We've got multiple pages now. Every heart a doorway. Let's talk about Love. Let's talk about Love and The Trouble. Daria, check that author name, Defdre. It's frustrating to me when a book or a movie or show has a title that could be a lot of things, like The Trouble. I'm going to bet there are other things with that title, The Trouble, and so when I go looking for it, I'll probably find like 30 things. I'll be like, which was the one they were recommending? Since Achilles, oh boy, lost my place in the chat again. Since Achilles is not a historical person, we do not have a time machine. How could there be debate? There's just multiple art interpretations. Well, I mean, people want to like do a tug of war, basically. Like, this is what I think we're actually talking about. We're not talking about like factually, what was he? Well, he's not real. So, but I think a lot of people want there to be like a definitive call, like a referee that says, yes, the official, canonical, the rules say he is this type of queer. And that's never going to happen. And here's the secret about canonicity is it's just an invention of capitalism. And if you want canonically for a character to be anything, they are. Your canon, head canon, is as valid as any other. So if you're like, okay, Achilles is queer, Achilles is trans, Achilles is asexual, whatever you decide the canon is, that's what it is. Oh, A Bit of Fry and Laurie. Yes, that's a good one too. Yes. You should watch the Rather You Than Me about Frankie Howard's life starring David Williams. Ooh, that sounds great. Wait, hold on. British Camp. So Fry and Laurie. What else? Rather You Than Me. Being Served. Sheridan on Keeping Up Appearances. Lady Mara says, Downton was so problematic. The one canonically gay, semi-main character is one of the biggest jerks. Well, yeah. There's a little bit of stereotyping there of like, oh, the gay, conniving villain. Like, okay, this trope, again. It would have been nice to have something a little queerer from that show. Considering who made it. Oh, actually, no, Russell T. Davies, right? Didn't Russell T. Davies do that, or did he do Doctor Who? Now I can never remember. Anyway, I want to say the guy who did Downton Abbey was gay, but now maybe I'm misremembering. Yeah, Tom Who. Soap was basically homosexuality equals wants to be a woman. It's not quite right, Soap. That's not how it works. Ooh, are you talking about Song of Achilles? It's great. Ooh, what is Song of Achilles? Me with good omens, crying every episode, trying to break up. Oh, stop trying to break up Aziraphale and Crowley. My heart can only take so much. Well, every relationship has to have a little conflict for there to be drama. Trans Rights is done with the house. Gonna take some pics and post them. Yay! Yes, I want to see your rainbow house. Fuzzy Bear Gville says Netflix special is about being disabled and gay. Yes, that is a show on Netflix. I didn't love the writing on that one. I found the writing was a little too clever for like, and I'm like, people just don't talk like this, and it was very hard for me to like feel close to the characters because I'm like, I'm at such a remove. Like it's, like watching very old timey shows where I'm like, oh, maybe people used to talk like that, maybe at one time, and I feel the same way about Special, where I'm like, this is not how humans interact. It's Petrocles. Okay. The show is called My Family. Oh. Okay, so there's all in the family and wait, there's all in the family and just family and then family and my family. There's a lot. Oh, I said also because another show. Okay. Okay. So and not also My Family. Okay. My Family is the show. Woof. Joke Seth can't tell is genuinely great. He gets two of his writers, a black woman and a Hispanic lesbian, to come up with them. And he says setups, and they say the punchlines. That's great. I think I like that. I think I like that. That's fun. Let's see. Shut that door was Larry Grayson's catchphrase. You're right. Larry Grayson's shut that door. Yes. Why though? Chopper says, does Roseanne's work with gay representation wipe away her behavior recently? Nope. No, it doesn't. I think discussion has to be made about him and the Powerpuff Girls. Yeah. I mean, here's the thing is I know a lot of queer characters. I know a lot of queer people who like that character. Him on Powerpuff. And, a problematic character. Gay in a way, like, that's the kind of American way of doing gay, where it's like, ooh, it's American and gross. Yes, Mixtery. Craigie Howard's catchphrase was, titter ye not. So gay, so gay, so gay. So gay and so British. Anthony says, thanks for the video on the sitcom Rock. You're welcome. That was a real fun one to do. I got to talk to the writer, which was a thrill. Book 2 of the Epic of Gilgamesh visits his mother with Enkidu. The mother adopts Enkidu as a second son. They see each other as soulmates. We do not know the Fertile Crescent culture. Yeah, well, that's the thing of what soulmate means, but it's clear Gilgamesh is not typical straight. Wink. Yeah. I mean, even then, like, what is that, like 4,000 years ago? Even then, we've got, like, the queer coding. Wait, Achilles is a real person who fought in the Trojan War? Oh, I thought he was just a fictional character. This is why I need to do my research before I do this video. Oh. Captain Jack Harkness says Norman Buckwald was one of my favorite characters. Yes, of course, John Barrowman. My friend Justin got to sing on stage with John Barrowman at a comic convention, I want to say. I think he was like doing a Q&A with the audience, and Justin was like, can I sing a song with you? And like he came up on stage and they sang something from Les Mis. And 101 Space Monkey, that sounds amazing. A new BBC series called Gentleman Jack about Anne Lister, who shirked gender expectations and got married to her lover. There are a few of those characters in history. People who, today we might use the term trans to describe them, but I'm not sure that that's quite right. People who presented as a different gender from what they might have been expected to be based on the conditions of their birth, and were only discovered after they died, or only a few people knew the truth about their full identity. There's somebody, and I can't remember their name, in Santa Cruz in the 1800s, who the first half of their life presented as a woman, and then in adulthood presented as a man. It was just like known as like the grizzled prospector who lived outside of town. And it was only after they died that they went through like this person's stuff and was discovered like, oh, this person was not always presented as a man. And, like, it's difficult to talk about because what are the terms that we use given the time? Like, what would they have called themselves? And what pronouns would they have used? And what was going on? What was going on with those people? So I'm excited about what you're saying about, what was the name of it? Gentleman Jack? Yeah, that could be cool. You do a video on the 90s drama Sisters starring Celia Ward. Not much gay content specifically, but very gay friendly. Oh, okay. I don't know that one. Do you like John Waters' work? Oh, yes. Did I do one about John Waters? I don't think I've done a video about John Waters. No, just about his episode of The Simpsons. That's it. Oh, that's right. Julian Fellows did Gosford Park. Wait, Julian Fellows did Downton Abbey and Gosford Park? Is that right? Why are Americans unable to separate Greek history from myth and legends? Achilles, was a real soldier. I didn't know that. There's a great doc on Larry Grayson on YouTube. Very interesting how he got away with being so arch back in the day. Well, I think it's because the Achilles that we talk about, like, we don't talk about the actual person who, like, I didn't even know existed because we're interested in the myth. We're interested in the character more than the actual history of it. Because history is just so, like, feels so removed from our lives. Oh my god, that's a lot of cake. Ugh. Brian Dupree is here. Hello, I didn't know you were online today. Hello, well, here we are. 4,300 years ago, written down for the Gilgamesh character, and other poems 3,800 years ago for the Epic of Gilgamesh. If he lived, it would have been 4,600 to around almost 5,000 years ago. Gosh. But Mr. Humphreys was the first gay I saw on TV. Oh, yeah, well, we were talking about him earlier. Hello to Jeffrey Blackmore, a tender Herman. Yeah, Mr. Humphreys, I think Mr. Humphreys would have been the first for a lot of them. Dog Me Jesus wants to know, what's the gayest video game? I mean, you can't really quantify it. Like, Dream Daddy obviously is pretty gay. But also, you know, like, Trans Rights was just playing Minecraft, and, you know, you can make that as gay as you want. I think I just got a tweet with a picture of a rainbow house. I'm checking it out right now. I'm very excited for this. Oh, Matthew Cormier wants me to do a video on the real world. That's another one. Like, yeah, that San Francisco season. Oh, look at this. Look at this little rainbow bunker. Oh, this is great. Look, it's so cute from the outside. It looks like the actual house. Oh, of course, it doesn't like the green screen. But there it is on Twitter. Beautiful. Beautiful. I love, here's the inside again. It's gonna, the green screen really doesn't like it. I mean, I could turn the green screen off, but I'm not gonna try to flip things around because I have a feeling if I try to turn the green screen off, I'll just make everything go haywire. And there, once again, doesn't like the green screen, but I like it says gay rights on a sign on the wall. This is great. I love it. What a palace. I'm retweeting right now. Beautiful. What do you think about Aquaman coming out as Queer Man of Color and Young Justice? Did you watch? No, I didn't watch it. Oh my god, that's really exciting. That's fantastic. 255 AD says there's a Roman emperor in the 220s who's possibly trans. Would you want someone to make a TV show about that? Yeah, for sure. That sounds amazing. I mean, I want them to make a good show about it. I don't want to make a bad one. The Great Mouse Detective. What? Oh, yes. There's a lot of queer coding. Yes, of course. You know, that was one that I liked. That was a movie that I liked and never really knew why. And I think it might have been because of what boyfriends the hero and the villain are. I mean, same thing for Rats of Nim. Jeremy. Jeremy. The mouse of the, what? He's like the Robin Hood of mice. Oh, but now I'm second guessing myself. Because there's two J characters in the movie. Jeremy's one. I can't remember if he's the crow or the sexy mouse. Now I can't remember. Rat. He's not a mouse. He's a rat. Rats of Nim characters. Which is which? I can never remember. Brisby, Martin Brisby, yeah. Timothy, Teresa, Auntie, Agnes, Farmer Fitzgibbons. Jenner is the bad guy. Jeremy is the crow, played by Dom DeLuise. Justin is the sexy rat. Why? Why would you have so many J's? What are your thoughts on Lil Nas X coming out as gay? Here's the thing. Anthony Oliveira had a tweet about him where he's like, he's my favorite musician whose music I haven't heard. Like, that's how I feel. Like, hooray for you for coming out as gay. He's also very fun to follow on Twitter. I have never heard any of his songs. Norman says, the video game Pipe Dream was very male gay for its symbolic representation from the early 90s. Oh, I don't know that one. Pipe Dream, huh? Redneck Lover recommends One Day at a Time, season 1 through 3. Elena is gay and her girlfriend Sid is non-binary. Uses pronouns they and them. Huh. I didn't know that. One Day at a Time, huh? I love it how you're in every fandom just to find a gay. That really is. That's true. Jonathan Brisby was the... Oh, yeah, and Jonathan... Wait. Oh, no. Was Jonathan's the husband who's dead? Is that... No. No, Martin's the boy. Right? Timothy's the other boy. Nicodemus is the old one. It's Auntie Shrew, Mr. Ages, Cynthia, Farmer Fitzgibbons, blah, 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 Sullivan. Jenner's the... Oh, boy. Jenner, Jeremy, Justin, and Jonathan. Why do this? Why do this, Rats of Nim? You're changing it. You're already changing it from Frisbee to Brisby. It was Frisbee in the book and Brisby in the movie. So change some of those J names so I can actually tell everyone apart. Anyway, Joel says, what about Friends? Every episode has a gay joke about someone. Chandler being the obvious one. Joey and Ross act shocked when they find themselves nested together after a nap. Tired B story. Yeah, so, you know, one reason I haven't tackled Friends is because, for one thing, I don't like it. And for another, there's just, like, tons and tons and tons of one-off gay jokes that, like, last for, like, 5 seconds and they're gone. And it's, like, every time that... I can't do a catalog of, like, 9 years, however long that episode, that show was on TV. Like, I just don't want to do, like, every bad gay joke Friends has ever done. Yes, Justin started some things. Yeah. Justin started some things. Justin's a rat. Jeremy's the bird. Anyway. Friends is very problematic, says Matthew Cormier, for how Chandler's dad is portrayed. Yeah. Yeah, that's another one. Speaking of, like, shows that should have known better about, like, having trans ? Or drag queen ? Characters and, like, not knowing the difference. Very, very frustrating. What about the GTA games? Yeah, they have a queer character in nearly every game, and of course they've got the Ballad of Gay Tony. Could get stereotypical and it's maybe offensive. Yeah, they're not so good. I mean, here's the thing. Sometimes some representation is better than no representation. But I agree, like, they do go for the easy joke. But that's kind of what that series was. The GTA. I say was. Are they still making those? I feel like we haven't talked about Grand Theft Auto in a long time. Oh, God. Friends was on for 10 years. Yeah, Ross is garbage. Deserves to be treated poorly. I agree with that. They're all bad people is the thing. And not, like... They're not even, like, funny bad to me. Like, I don't think they're funny. Maybe they are. Maybe people find Friends funny. I don't. Yeah, Jeffrey Blackmore, Nicodemus used to scare the bejesus out of me. He's done a lot of living. Not a Friends fan, but I'm going to buy that Friends Lego... Oh, there's the Lego set? Good grief. Yeah, Victor Victoria. Oh, I'd love to do one about Victor Victoria. You can kill them, but not kiss them. You know, for some reason, to me, in my mind, Victor Victoria and Cabaret seem like they would go together, and maybe not. Let me think about that. Victor... I feel like a video about the two of those together might be interesting. And I don't know... I don't think thematically they're very connected. I think it's just, like, the old-timiness of them. Yeah, now that I think about it, I don't think, like, they're about the same things. They're just kind of like set in roughly the same, not even the same time, just the past. So, I mean, if I'm counting the past as all the same time, I could do like Achilles and Victor Victoria because they're both set in the past. Let's see. I like Charlie and All Dogs Go to Heaven if we're talking about Bluth movies. So it's the singing alligator who's queer-coded. What? Really? So I haven't seen All Dogs Go to Heaven. There's a singing alligator in All Dogs Go to Heaven? Just like in The Princess and the Frog. We have not, We Built This Country. I have not discussed Mac from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. It's a little contemporary for the things that I normally do stuff that has a little bit more of historical, we've got some more room, a little more historical space to like regard it from. But since It's Always Sunny is still like happening, it's a tough one for me to cover. Norman says, since we're talking about 90s sitcoms, I guess Seinfeld needs to be brought up before There's Nothing Wrong with That episode. I've done a video about that one. You can find it on my channel. I've covered that episode. 101 Space Monkey says, what is your position on the use of the term queer? Well, you'll hear me use it all the time, so I think that pretty much spells it out. I like it because it's the everybodyest of terms that are available to us. I know not everybody likes it, but, gay leaves a lot of people out. LGBT leaves people out. LGBTQ plus is starting to get a little unwieldy and still, like, leaves people out. Because it suggests, like, the LGBT and then the Q suggests, like, well, are the LGBT not already part of the Q? Like, I know, like, quilt bag is one of the terms people use, and nobody really knows what that means. Ugh. So queer is the best we've got. And we might as well resign ourselves to that being the term that we're going to use. Have you seen 12 Forever? It's the gayest cartoon on right now. I have not. What is that about? 12 Forever. Gayer than Rocco's Modern Life? As a young gay boy, I was so into Cinderella, says Anthony Rose. I had a toy where Cinderella went from rags into her beautiful gown. I would always play it back and forth over 6 years old. Oh, that transformation moment. So important to so many little gay kids. Queer kids. With friends, they're all in high school with behavior makes sense for high schoolers, but less for 26 to 36-year-olds. You're right. You know what, Roland? That crystallizes Friends to me in a way that it never has before. If Friends was set in high school, I think I could tolerate them. Because they're acting like kids. Yeah. Same with Rent. If Rent... This is a problem. I don't need Rent with La Boheme with children, but the characters in Rent behave like children. But yeah, Friends. Oh, if Friends... I'm just thinking it through right now. Yeah, if they were all like 14 to 18, I'd be like, yeah, okay. Sure, I get it. Oh, Anthony went to kindergarten costume party Cinderella. Oh, wow. Which Cinderella, though? Like the Disney Cinderella? Matthew Cormier says, what's your preference, Designing Women or Golden Girls? Which did gay episodes the best? So my preference is Golden Girls. But which did gay episodes the best? I feel like Designing Women tackled it a bit more fearlessly. Golden Girl... No, actually, I was going to say... Well, I think... I can't... I don't think I could say best. They both had a slightly different take. Because there's an HIV episode of Designing Women that is much more like serious and very serious episode, but also the HIV episode of Golden Girls, I think it misses the mark. Where Rose is concerned that she might have contracted or been exposed to HIV. I think that episode misses the mark because it doesn't talk about, having it affect a straight person. I get it's important, but not acknowledging the impact on queer people is a weird oversight for that episode. That having been said, the lesbian episode where Dorothy's friend Jean comes to visit is real good. And I think better than the lesbian episode of Designing Women. And I'm also a little annoyed that Golden Girls got rid of their gay character after the first episode. We're still not... we're upset about that. Let's see. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So much chat. So much chat. Hello. I've explored trans representation of both good and bad, such as Orange is the New Black and Transparent. I haven't. I haven't done a lot about trans representation, in part because I'm not trans, and so I don't want to like present myself as an expert on something that you know, I can't possibly understand the experience. So I don't want to be like, I don't want to cis-splain representation to people. Victor, Victoria, and Connie and Carla would go together. Oh, okay. I don't know Connie and Carla. But it sounds like it might be exactly the same thing. Ooh, what do you think about Martin Lawrence? That Shanae character. I forgot about her. I have not seen that character or that representation since it aired, so I can't speak too knowledgeably about it. But I don't remember it being good. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. Because I think like Flip Wilson as Geraldine is an interesting and more nuanced character than you normally see at that time. And I feel like Martin Lawrence might have been following in those footsteps. And it's very seldom that we get to see anything intersectional, anything that seems even remotely queer, and also that has representation of African Americans. So I don't want to like just discount it and be like, no, it's not good enough. So, you know, I definitely want to give it the benefit of the doubt and not be like, well, I remember it from 25 years ago, and based on that, I'm going to condemn it. So I'd have to watch it again. Let's see. Let Me Surprise is a good song. And All Dogs Go to Heaven. I just don't remember. I don't remember All Dogs Go to Heaven. Anything about it. Like, I don't think I've seen it. I don't think I've seen it. I have vaguest memory of anything about it. Glee. Let's see. Do you ever talk about 70s game shows? Oh no, like Paul Lynde, Charles Nelson Riley. Huh. Yeah, you know, maybe I should do one about that. I've already been talking about doing a Paul Lynde video, and I might as well bring in Charles Nelson Riley. Uncle Croc, of course. Oh, and the Q sometimes stands for questioning. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Brian Dupree wants a video on queer people of color on TV. It's challenging, right? Because like I was just saying, there's not a lot. Usually with so much TV, you know, a character can either be black, or they can be queer, or they can be disabled, or they can have some other thing going on. And it's like TV didn't realize until just like a year or two ago that a person can be more than one thing. So it's really hard to find people who are both queer and people of color. That having been said, I did do a video about rock, and let's see, I did one about In the House with RuPaul and LL Cool J. So I have featured people of color in my videos, but like an overview of queer people of color, that would be challenging because it's quite limited. Gay characters in Sailor Moon, yes, of course. Bless him for making that happen. Video game retrospective type episodes. Life is Strange would be a must. Oh yeah. That would be fun. Like if I did like a roundup of queer characters in games, for sure. Life is Strange. At Dream Daddy, like I was saying before, for something more modern. Of course, Gabriel Knight has a moment of gay in The Beast Within. Wait, The Beast Within? That's the title of that one, right? Anyway, in the FMV Gabriel Knight, there's just like a moment of gay subtext innuendo coding. Oh, Fuzzy Bear, the HIV episode makes you cry every time. It is, you know, it's one of those very serious episodes. It's like, all right, it's going to get real. It's going to get real serious for a moment here. It's going to get real dark. Mina says, I love Friends despite its flaws. I have encyclopedic knowledge of all the queer themes in it. So if you ever want to do a video, but don't want to comb through 10 seasons, hit me up. I may take you up on that. That would be useful. I know that there is a lot. There is a lot. Jim says, I can find queer a little triggery, but it's pretty easy to separate the general term from like calling me personally a queer. And I wish people would be more realistic about that difference. Yeah, I mean, that's one of the things. It's like, you have to take the context into account. So it's really easy to tell if someone is saying queer in a way that is derogatory versus queer in a way that's more academic. Like, you're not going to mistake, I don't think, anyone's going to hear me say queer and be like, oh no, he's going to bash somebody. Can you imagine me trying? That just made me think, have I ever punched anyone? No, I have not. Yeah, me being like, let's consider the queer representation versus someone snarling queer at you at a bar or something. Fuzzy Bear Gville says, have we given you enough homework yet? I've got so much to watch. But I love it. I want more. I always want more of this. Recommendations and suggestions for new videos and stuff like that. Naked Civil Servant and Englishman in New York says Mixtory. That's a great idea. Yeah, Englishman in New York is so good. Love to see you cover Captain America's gay friend Arnie Roth from his comics in a future Culture Cruise episode. Oh, I don't know about that. Captain America's gay friend Arnie Roth. Comics are a tough one to talk about because they don't move. So there's it's not as it doesn't lend itself to video quite as well. Mixtory says, I feel you were harsh on In and Out. Well, just because I'm harsh doesn't mean I don't like it. But I do think there's some things about In and Out that are a little, that just doesn't age well. Matthew Cormier says, have you seen Netflix's Queer Eye? I have. We talked about this on the last stream. Something I don't love about that show is how much narrativizing they do. They turn everything into a story, and it's always the same story. And, I think I said it, put it this way in the last stream. You just see the hand of the producer so visibly. It's so obvious that they're trying to turn somebody's life into a story that I'm like, all right. And then there was one about there's an episode about police that just really turned me off, and I didn't want to watch it after that. Charles Nelson Riley on the X-Files. Brent, that is my favorite episode of the X-Files. Jose Chung's from Outer Space. It is such a good episode. I love it. Anthony Rose likes the Rocket in the House videos. Thank you. 101 Space Monkey wants to see Dog Day Afternoon. Yes. Oh, and of course, Paranorman. Something about the gay character Paranorman. He's only so briefly gay is the thing. 101 Space Monkey says, have you thought about doing your top 5 moments from the series you've covered so far? Well, that's an interesting idea. What would be my top 5? I have to think about that. It's one of the least popular Culture Cruises, but the Deep Space Nine video, the lesbian kiss in that one, I think is actually pretty nice. Never mind queer is a term. What about Pride events that never mention gay, lesbian, bi at all? I like to be proud not to say what one is referring to. I do feel like never might be a little harsh. I don't think they never mention gay, lesbian, bi. You should watch All Dogs Go to Heaven. Lindsay Ellis did a great 13-minute video on it as Nostalgia Chick, Nostalgia Woman. You can find on the internet. I should probably watch the movie before I watch her video. Yeah, Fuzzy Bear, In and Out just doesn't age well. Yeah, it's good. Doesn't age well. I always resonated with Stitch from Lilo and Stitch. I'm not sure if it's a gay thing. Yeah, no, I think that could work. I think Stitch, you could read Stitch is I think you'd read Stitch as queer-coded in a sense, or all the aliens, really. Friends episode suggestions: Phoebe marrying a gay ice skater, Winona Ryder playing a childhood friend of Rachel's who's in love with her, Carol and Susan's marriage, and so many more. Is it handled well? Are those episodes handled well? I think Queer Eye's got better over the seasons. Season 3 is my favorite. Season 1 isn't that great. Okay, I mean, maybe I just need to give it another shot. Because I only watched Season 1. I didn't realize they were on Season 3. Jeez. My partner's calling, says 101 Space Monkey. We're long distance, so we'll watch the rest later. Goodbye, 101 Space Monkey. Thank you for joining. We might wrap it up kind of soon-ish. We've been going for about an hour and a half. So, we might take a break. We've got a lot of prep to do for our... Yikes for our stream next weekend. Just a reminder, we're going to be streaming next Sunday, not on this channel, but on the Queens of Adventure channel. Just one more reminder. There it is. Queens of Adventure, our podcast, our narrative, comedy, storytelling podcast featuring drag queens playing Dungeons & Dragons. We're doing a live stream with the queens next Sunday, the 18th at 4 p.m. Pacific over on the Queens of Adventure YouTube. There's a link in the description and possibly also a card up in the upper corner. I'm not sure how YouTube does it. But join us next Sunday at 4 p.m. Pacific on the 18th for a live game of Dungeons & Dragons with drag queens. It is going to be so much fun. So just a reminder to join us for that next weekend. I noticed I've been seeing the producer's hand in reality shows more often. Yeah, I wonder if that's a good question, Luigi, if that speaks to our exposure to reality shows. That could be, yeah. Torrid says, yeah, the two aliens, Pleakley, was that their names? Now I can't remember how to pronounce it. Pleakley and Jamba? Those are the names, right? Is a gay couple? Yes, let's say yes. Oh, the gay ice skater wasn't gay. He told Phoebe that so she'd marry him so he'd get his green card. Oh boy, that is not handled well at all. Good contrast to Victor Victoria's Tootsie. They came out the same year. Wow. Victor Victoria's aged well, while Tootsie, which was praised much more, has aged very badly. Mixtery says, thank you for all you've already reviewed. You're welcome. Oh, and Jordan Watts says the art looks familiar. Is it Helvetica? No, I know it does look a bit like Helvetica, but it is not she. The art is done by Chad Sell, the fabulous Chad Sell, who did a lot of the art. Not the art. He did art of the cast of Drag Race for many years, and then took a step back from doing drag art. He's illustrated children's books now, but Chad Sell did the artwork for the postcard. Peter says, I love Tootsie. Not sure why. I'd probably call it a guilty pleasure these days. Same as The Fifth Element, which is bizarre. And Tootsie and The Fifth Element. I'm not sure I'd do a double feature of those, like if I'd put those together. But sure, I don't know why you have to feel guilty about them. Anthony says, do you think Bert and Ernie were lovers? Complicated question. Here's the thing, is I kind of subscribe to the official line of they're very good friends. I don't think they have a complex or rich enough emotional and romantic life to be lovers. Like, I just don't think lover is a part of what Bernie and Ert are. They call I call them Bernie and Ert. What Ernie and Bert are? Like, I just don't think that's something like Aziraphale and Crowley. I just don't think it's something that as characters they have the capacity for. But I also think that they represent couples in a way that is pretty important. So, I don't know. I don't think the characters on the show are a couple, but maybe the characters in our minds and in our hearts are a couple. I guess that's how I'd say it. Yeah. Fifth Element is fantastic. Yes, Torrin, Fifth Element is fantastic. It is campy and fun. We just watched, wait, what do we call, what was it called? Viridian and the City of 1,000 Planets? Viridian? Was that his name? Valerian. By the same director as Fifth Element. Good. Pretty nice to look at, but wowee, that story doesn't make sense. 255 says, my favorite science fiction writer gave characters the ability to change sex because that means you'd have to make things equal or else everyone would become the privileged sex. Does that misunderstand how gender works? Have to make things equal or else wait, that means, I'm not really sure. I don't think I understand what they're even getting at with that. Give the characters the ability to change sex because that means you'd have to make things equal or else everyone would become the privileged sex. Does that misunderstand how gender works? I guess I see, like, they had to make their society very egalitarian or else everyone would become whatever the privileged sex would be. I guess that's an interesting idea. I guess I'd have to see how it actually plays out. Yeah, Jordan Watts, great opening, bad movie. Pretty much. The opening is the only part of the movie that's really coherent. And the rest is like, what are we doing? And actually has like a lot of problems. And particularly, there's some racial representation in that film that is like, whoa, so like coding, not representation, but coding. That's like, oh my gosh, these tropes that you are tapping into, you couldn't have not known what you were doing. Stop it immediately. Oh, wait, Eurovision. Wait, is Eurovision happening right now? Oh my goodness. Wait, are you saying just like Eurovision in general because you like it? Or wait, is Eurovision like today? It seems like it wouldn't be happening at 11 a.m. on a Saturday in the US, but maybe Eurovision? Is it like, is it now? Wait, I'm just looking. Why doesn't the website even say? Oh my god, when is it? When actually is it? Eurovision Song Contest. Eurovision is over. Okay, that's what I thought. In May. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, why are we talking about Eurovision? Blah. Oh, explore how gay Eurovision meant. I mean, maybe. Like, that's a tough one because, like, obviously there's no, like, talk about gay stuff on Eurovision. It's all just songs and things, and some of them are gayer than others, much gayer. You know, I know we've got like some drag performers in there, and of course we've got Conchita. I mean, I'd love to just do a roundup of like the gayest moments of Eurovision. That's not exactly what Culture Cruise is, but still a fun idea. Oh yeah, of course, when they produced ABBA, yes, and Celine Dion. Not gay, but like also it's Celine Dion, so it's kind of gay. Yeah, some songs about the gay experience. Yeah, it's just like difficult to talk about like it's not like they're making a statement like this. The songs are making a statement or are thematically tied to homosexuality. It's an idea. It's an idea. I have to think about like how exactly that would fit into what Culture Cruise is. I'd have to think about that. Perhaps. So I think we're going to wrap it on up for this week. Our next live stream is in a week and a day, Sunday, the 18th. And it's not just going to be me. It's going to be me and a whole bunch of drag queens playing Dungeons & Dragons over on the Queens of Adventure channel. There's a link in the description. Go over there, subscribe right now. Click the little thing to get a notification when there's videos. And I hope to see you all there because it's so lovely chatting with you all when I do these live streams. And I hope to see you all on the live stream for our Queens of Adventure next weekend. It would be lovely to have you folks joining us for that. So please mark your calendars. Next Sunday, the 18th, 4 p.m. Pacific. We're going to have the Queens all sitting around. I don't know how we're going to fit them in this library, but we'll try. And yeah, we'll have them all here. We're going to do a D&D adventure. We've been talking about what exactly it's going to be, and we're putting it together right now. I have a feeling like after I end the live stream, we've got some ideas to flesh out about what it's going to be. And we're going to put it together. Oh gosh, and rearrange this whole room so that we can actually have them here. Ooh. Yeah, so that's the plan. We'll see you next week. Toodaloo, everybody. Thank you for joining, and hopefully I'll see you next Sunday. Okay, bye, everybody. Goodbye.